Hello, hello, hello. I came across a few unbelievable stories today that I wanted to come on and share with my community. So if you like trending news and crazy stories, then you've come to the right place. So give this video a like and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. All right, now 2 days ago, the U.S. Coast Guard came across a boat that was floating in the ocean. It wasn't a big boat, and upon boarding it, they found only 3 men who looked exhausted from being out to sea for far too long. After helping the men and figuring out which direction they were heading, they noticed several pallets that were covered and wrapped in bags. Having seen this before, the Coast Guard went from helping these men to arresting these men. After all the merchandise was loaded from the little boat onto the Coast Guard ship, it was discovered that this tiny boat was hauling $94.6 million worth of cocaine. These men were hoping to illegally smuggle thousands and thousands of pounds of cocaine through the port of Miami, Florida. Now, it's hard to imagine what 5,500 pounds of cocaine looks like on a tiny boat, but I'm going to go ahead and share a few pictures with you so you can get an idea of what the Coast Guard was dealing with. Now, they had to unload 87 giant bales of cocaine from the ship onto the shore in Miami and count to figure out that it was nearly $95 million worth of this crazy drug. All right, now, speaking of big and speaking of boats, over in the Netherlands, a boat company finished a mega yacht that was 310 feet long and valued at over $100 million, right? So with all that cocaine, you could have bought this super yacht. The only problem was they built it inland and had to carefully move it through the canals of the Netherlands to get it out of the city and out to the ocean. It took hundreds of people to pull off moving this super yacht through the town. The boat is only a few centimeters skinnier than the canal. So to say that it was a tight squeeze would be an understatement. They had to take this at a snail's pace because one scratch could cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, the boat had to pass through several collapsible bridges that ended up shutting down the entire city, with people unable to go to work, unable to get to the grocery store, or unable to get to any part of town. Thousands of people from the city flocked to the canal border in order to watch this super yacht squeeze its way through the birth canal and out to the ocean. Okay, now let's talk about something that happened last year that's a little bit more fast-paced. While many of us were on lockdown and couch surfing, one man was preparing to jump over an entire island in the Caribbean using only his kite surfing board. The island he wanted to jump over is named Happy Island, and it's down near St. Vincent, where that volcano keeps erupting over and over and over again. Well, after practicing his approach and getting enough speed, the kite surfer decided it was now or never. So he went for it. He got his speed, he got going, he felt good about it, and he tugged back and so that the kite would grab a bunch of extra air, and then he let his body relax as the kite grabbed the upper winds of the Caribbean breeze and took him all the way over Happy Island. Well, Happy Island had one happy dude because he made it. It only took about 8 seconds, but he made it. And he landed on the other side with no injuries, to a crowd cheering him on, saying, "You did it, man. You made it over Happy Island." So next time you're couch surfing or TV surfing, channel surfing, make sure to think of this guy and get out there and take on the world, right? All right, maybe I just need a Caribbean vacation, but I thought that's pretty dang amazing jumping over an island. All right, well, with more and more people ready to travel this summer, purse maker Louis Vuitton decided They should come up with something really, really special to help their wealthier clientele travel in style. So Louis Vuitton created a $39,000 purse that looks like a Louis Vuitton airplane. Now, I know what you're thinking. How many colors does this come in so that you can buy all of them, right? Sadly, it only comes in brown and tan. They're the color that they're known for, right? Now, remember last year in 2020, I told you how you could spend $999 to get a crystal clear Louis Vuitton face mask to save you from COVID. I don't think anyone in my community took me up on the offer. Well, you can now have a matching purse and a matching face mask so that people know just how much you enjoy wasting money. All right, now if you and your closest 26 family members and friends all pooled your stimulus checks together, you could buy one purse. But 26 times 2 is 52, which is exactly how many weeks there are in a year. So you would get to use that purse for 2 weeks out of the year, being the coolest person in your town. All right, now be honest and let me know in the comments, how many of these purses are you planning to buy? All right. Now, speaking of stimulus checks and the stimulus package program, a 43-year-old man by the name of Tariq Jafar was struggling to make ends meet during the lockdown. So he and his wife came up with this brilliant idea. They would create 4 companies and they would seek PPP loans for each of the 4 companies. In total, Tariq applied for 18 PPP loans with over a dozen banks. He had to forge documents, tax returns, and invent payroll for dozens of employees that would be laid off if he didn't secure this money. Come on, bank, give him the money. Okay, the only problem was the only people that worked for his made-up company were he and his wife. Luckily, he only got possession of $1.4 million, but he had applied for $6.6 million. Once the couple got word that they were being investigated, they told the bank and law enforcement that they were willing to cooperate, and of course, they had all the proper documentation and that this was a giant misunderstanding. However, what was really going on is that they were gathering as much cash as they could to flee the country. The couple was arrested and detained at JFK International Airport right before boarding on their escape to Poland with millions of dollars. Oh, you guys, why is it that these people think that they can steal from the U.S. government and get away with it? They almost got away with $1 million in cash, but instead, now they'll be facing up to 30 years in prison. This reminds me of every ending to the Scooby-Doo cartoon where they rip the mask off of the villain and the villain says, "I would have got away with it if it wasn't for these pesky kids." They almost got away with it. Pretty crazy stuff, right? Now, did you see these trending stories or were they new to you? Let me know in the comments. And also, what's your reaction? Which of these stories caught you off guard most? Was it the PPP loan fraud? Was it the man jumping over Happy Island? Or was it that bargain price Louis Vuitton airplane purse? Let me know in the comments. I definitely want to hear from you. All right. Now, if you enjoy hearing crazy stories or being kept up to date on the news and what's going on with money, then make sure you're subscribed to the channel and please give this video a like. Also, I would love it if you would share this video with somebody tonight who you think would enjoy hearing a good story. As I wrap up, I want to thank my sister Gretchen for introducing me to a couple of these stories. And I also want to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.